Coordinates 6 degrees 55 and 158 degrees 15, A, 6.917 degrees north 158.250 degrees east, 6.917. 158.250 The Federated States of Micronesia or Micronesian Republic or simply Micronesia is an island country in Oceania associated with the United States. It consists of 4 states, from west to east, Yap, Chuuk, Pohnpei and Kosrae, that are spread across the western Pacific. Together, the states comprise around 607 islands north of eastern Australia, 3,400 kilometers southeast of Japan, and some 4,000 kilometers southwest of the main islands of the Hawaiian Islands. While the FSM's total land area is quite small, it occupies more than 2,600,000 square kilometers of the Pacific Ocean, giving the country the 14th largest exclusive economic zone in the world. The sovereign island nation's capital is Palikir, located on Pohnpei Island, while the largest city is Weno, located in the Chuuk Atoll. Each of its 4 states is centered on one or more main high islands, and all but Kosrae include numerous outlying atolls. The Federated States of Micronesia is spread across part of the Caroline Islands in the wider region of Micronesia, which consists of thousands of small islands divided among several countries. The term Micronesia may refer to the Federated States or to the region as a whole. The FSM was formerly a part of the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands. The FSM has a seat in the United Nations and has been a member of the Pacific Community since 1983. The ancestors of the Micronesians settled over 4,000 years ago. A decentralized chieftain-based system eventually evolved into a more centralized economic and religious culture centered on Yap Island. Nan Madol, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, consisting of a series of small artificial islands linked by a network of canals, is often called the Venice of the Pacific. It is located on the eastern periphery of the island of Pohnpei and used to be the ceremonial and political seat of the Saudala dynasty that united Pohnpei's estimated 25,000 people from about AD 500 until 1500, when the centralized system collapsed. European explorers, first the Portuguese in search of the Spice Islands and then the Spanish, reached the Carolines in the 16th century. The Treaty of Tordesillas gave these lands to Spain and the Spanish incorporated the archipelago to the Spanish East Indies through the capital, Manila, and in the 19th century established a number of outposts and missions. In 1887, they founded the town of Santiago de la Ascension in what today is Colonia on the island of Pohnpei. Following defeat in the Spanish-American War, the Spanish sold the archipelago to Germany in 1899 under the German-Spanish Treaty of 1899. Germany incorporated it into German New Guinea. During World War I, it was captured by Japan. Following the war, the League of Nations awarded a mandate for Japan to administer the islands as part of the South Seas Mandate. During World War II, a significant portion of the Japanese fleet was based in Truk Lagoon. In February 1944, Operation Hilestone, one of the most important naval battles of the war, took place at Truk, in which many Japanese support vessels and aircraft were destroyed. Following World War II, it was administered by the United States under United Nations auspices in 1947 as part of the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands pursuant to Security Council Resolution 21. On May 10, 1979, 4 of the Trust Territory districts ratified a new constitution to become the Federated States of Micronesia. Palau, the Marshall Islands, and the Northern Mariana Islands chose not to participate. The FSM signed a compact of free association with the United States, which entered into force on November 3, 1986, marking Micronesia's emergence from trusteeship to independence. Independence was formally concluded under international law in 1990, when the United Nations officially ended the trusteeship status pursuant to Security Council Resolution 683. The compact was renewed in 2004. The Federated States of Micronesia is governed by the 1979 Constitution, which guarantees fundamental human rights and establishes a separation of governmental powers. This constitution constructs the national government to be similar to, but not exactly alike, that of the United States. The unicameral Congress has 14 members elected by popular vote. 4 senators, one from each state, serve 4-year terms. The remaining 10 senators represent single-member districts based on population and serve 2-year terms. Congress elects the president and vice president from among the 4 state-based senators to serve 4-year terms in the executive branch. Their congressional seats are then filled by special elections. An appointed cabinet supports the president and vice president. There are no formal political parties. In international politics, the Federated States of Micronesia has often voted with the United States with respect to United Nations General Assembly resolutions. The FSM as a sovereign, self-governing state in